Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Thank you for being here. Just wanted to go live and kind of explain things again, just so I can reach out to as many mamas as I can. So, yeah, we'll give it a couple more minutes. See who's joining. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, you guys, so I did take some notes so I can kind of stay on track. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So I want to talk to that mom who is watching with that one eye open, just curious yet skeptical. I know you're tired, not physically, not just physically, mentally, emotionally. As a mom, we do so much for our families, and sometimes it feels like you never do get to really catch up. You're constantly doing for others, constantly exhausted, but you got to keep going because you're the mom. You got to take care of kiddos. You got to take care of your husband. I get that. And of course, you love your kids more than anything. You do anything for them, but you still feel like you're falling somewhere. You still feel like you're failing somehow, even though you give it your all. Even though you know that you do what you're expected to do. So you're trying to stretch the groceries. You're trying to do a lot with a little. Checking your bank account more than you're checking your phone. And telling yourself that it's just a season, but the season just keeps stacking and stacking. So you know that you want to help your family financially, but you don't want to be missing the bedtimes, the school pickups, and of course you don't want to lose your own sanity either. There's a guilt that comes with needing more money. You feel selfish for wanting it and trapped for not having it. You're just exhausted from choosing between being present and being responsible, and you just need to breathe. And if you're a faith-led mom, this part is even harder because you're praying and you're trusting and you're believing and you're still wondering why it feels so heavy. You're not lacking faith. You are just carrying too much. And so I've been there. I know exactly what that's like. And I wasn't chasing luxury. I was chasing time. I didn't want to be rich necessarily. I just wanted to stop missing out on my life and my kids' lives. I believe that moms weren't meant to hustle all the time and burn out, feel burnout. I believe that provision shouldn't cost you your presence. And I believe that God cares just as much of how you get the money as to what you earn. So if you're here and you're wondering, is there another way? You're not lazy and you're not ungrateful. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking for sustainability. That's all you want. You want to feel free. So if this is hitting home to any of you, just comment me too, so I know we're there on the same page together. And thank you for being here, by the way. So this is not necessarily because you need answers, but you just need to feel that you're not alone in this whole thing. So when I talk about what I do, I want you to hear this through the lens of your life, not as a business. Because this isn't about adding another thing. This is about taking something off, taking some of that stress away. So what I do is I help moms to be able to set up an automated online income system. Okay. And so automated just means that you do the work the one time, you do it step by step, and then it keeps working in the background for you. So it's evergreen. It's the digital marketing is something that you put out there and it's always working for you. It's always out there working for you. So you put it out there once and it's just constantly being seen by others. So it's like free advertisement, basically. There's no selling. There's no cold messaging. This isn't something that you have to sell to your friends and family. You don't have to convince people. And you're not trading hours for money. And that's the biggest thing, because going to a job and clocking in, you're trading your time for money. And as long as you're trading time for money, you'll always be trading time for money. And so that's what this thing is about, so that you don't have to be doing that. So this is what this could look like. Let me try and paint the picture for you. Let's say you wake up and you get your kids ready for the day. You do the school drop-off, and later in the day, during nap time, quiet time, you spend about 2 focused hours on your phone or your laptop, and this is getting your income earning activities done. Okay, and so when you close that laptop or you turn off your phone, it's done. You're done. That's it. You're not glued to it all night. You're not missing dinner. You are present for your family. So that income can help you with groceries, with bills, with activities for your kids. It doesn't mean instantly rich. It doesn't mean that you're going to get rich quick. That's not what this is about. But it does mean that you could have some breathing room. And it also means that you wouldn't have to check your bank account and panic. So this also means that you could say yes more. You could say yes to those field trips that you haven't been able to go on with your kids. You could say yes to being able to stay home with your sick kid. You can say yes to rest. You can have your kids not remember how hard you worked, but remember that you were there. And I mean, isn't that everything? That's what we all want as moms, right? So this matters to me most because it's also faith-driven. For me, I don't believe that God calls us to earn in ways that destroy our families. So that's why I intend to give 50% of what I earn to help others. And that's just my choice. That's not something that you have to do. That's just what I have chosen to do. So this isn't about building wealth alone. It's about stewarding provision well. You don't need experience. You don't have to be tech savvy. I am not tech savvy. I don't even know if I'm doing this TikTok live correctly, but I'm trying it anyways. And so you don't have to show up online all day. You just need the willingness to protect the time. If you're listening and thinking that this would change how my days feel, that's exactly why I do this. That's exactly why I want to be out here showing other moms that there is another way. There is a way to earn and still be there for your family. There is a way to not feel guilty because you have to go to work and make a paycheck to pay the bills. There is another way. So, not to make promises or miracles or anything crazy like that. That's not what I'm here for. But I just want to offer you a better way forward and let you know that you don't have to be that overwhelmed, exhausted, guilt-feeling mom that most of us are, because we're stretched so thin over all the responsibilities that we have and things that we want to be able to do for our kids and can't. We don't have that option. So I don't have everything figured out. Of course I don't. But I do know this. There is a way to earn without losing yourself or your kids. So if you want to see what this looks like, not commit, not buy, but just understand, just comment info and I will send you something that you can look at later when it's quiet and see if it's right for you. Maybe it is right for you. Maybe it's not. But at least you had the courage to check it out and look, because what harm does that? I mean, what kind of harm is that? If it could really change you and your family's life. I mean, think about this. And I'm not making promises here, obviously, but what could $900 a day do for you and your family? What would your life look like if that were the case? If you were making daily pay, if you were at your kid's baseball game and got a notification that you just made money while you're enjoying your kid's baseball game, wouldn't that change your life? I mean, I know it sounds too good to be true, but it is truly that easy. This literally is a step-by-step program that shows you how to do this. And you're not alone. You have a whole community that if you have a question, you can ask a question. And it's a free community. But they literally give you step-by-step instructions on how to have your own online digital marketing business. And I just can't explain how amazing it is to be able to be at your kids' event, enjoying that as a parent and being there for them, and still get a notification that you just made money while you were out doing that with your family. So you're not trading that time for money like a 9-to-5 job, like a regular job where you're having to be committed to that company for that amount of time. So when your kid is sick, you can be home with your sick kid. When your kid wants you to go on the field trip, you can do that because you're still making money in the background. It's an automated system. You literally are making passive income while you're out being a mom. You know, you could be cooking dinner and get a notification that you made money. All because you took the courage to look into this and see, you know, is this for me? Is this for me and my family? And if so, what could it do for you and your family? I mean, you think about making daily pay with just working 2 hours a day, putting in your income earning activities done in 2 hours a day. And you don't have to do that 2 hours altogether. You can do a little bit here and a little bit there. You could do 15 minutes in the morning before the kids get up. You can do 15 minutes at lunchtime, 15 minutes during nap time. However you want to do it, you run your own business the way you want to. But you get those income earning activities done and you're done for the day. Shut it down. Go enjoy your family. That's what this is all about. That's why I come on here, so I can share this with as many moms as I possibly can, because even though it sounds too good to be true, it is a way out of the rat race. You know, if you're having to work, like, so I did nursing and I did 12-hour shifts at one point. And, you know, you think about that and people think, well, it's nice to have 12-hour shifts because then you have days off during the week. Yeah, you do, except for you're exhausted. And so you spend most of the time resting because you need that rest just to keep going for the next week. So, or you work a 9-to-5 job. Okay, so you get up in the mornings, you are running, trying to take care of your stuff, trying to get your kids ready, trying to get them out the door, and then you're in the school line and you're trying to think about the things that you've got to get done for the day. You get them off to school, you go to work, and you give all that you have at work, and then you barely get a lunch hour, and what you do on your lunch hour is take care of more responsibilities as a mother, as a parent, and then you go home, and guess what you get to do? more being a responsible parent, being a mom. You've got to cook, you've got to clean, you've got to do this and that, get the kids ready for bed. You have all these things to do as a mom. And no, I'm sure most of us wouldn't trade it for the world. Don't get me wrong, I love being a mom. But you get stretched so thin that there are times where you just feel like you're going to pull your hair out, because how are you going to continue like this? And you still don't have enough money in the bank. You still don't have money to take your family on vacation. You still don't have the time to go on that field trip with your kid. You still don't have the things that you always wanted as a mom, as a parent, as a wife. All those things, you still can't make it, and you feel guilty for that. And this is a way out of that. You don't have to feel guilty anymore. You don't have to miss your kid's event. You don't have to look at your bank account and be disappointed. You don't have to look in the mirror and be so disappointed in yourself thinking, how did I get here? Why am I not in a better place at this point in my life? That doesn't have to be you anymore. Because when you learn this, it is a completely different way of life. It will change your life. It will change you and your family's life. Just think about how it can change for you. Think about the fact that you can be present. You can feel so much less stressed out because you don't have to worry about what your bank account looks like anymore. And you don't have to worry about, well, how am I going to take care of my sick kid because I have to be at work? I can't miss work because I have to pay the bills. I have to be able to pay the bills to keep the lights on. I have to be able to pay the bills to take care of my kids. You don't have to feel that way anymore because you have breathing room. You know that you can be there and be present for your kids and still make income. That's what this is all about. And that's why I want to share it to as many people as I can. Because could you imagine a world where all the mamas don't feel stressed out and they just feel like they can be the mom they always wanted to be? I mean, could you imagine the happiness that would be around in this world? And you know that's contagious. Laughing, smiling, that is contagious. And so if we had more of that, and we could share that with our friends who are moms, this world would be completely different. You don't have to focus on the money part of it anymore. You can actually focus on you, your kids, your family. So that's why I'm here. That's why I wanted to share. I hope that this is getting through to somebody out there. I hope that this is changing your way of thinking and giving you hope that you can have a different life, that you can give more to yourself and your family, that you can say yes more. That's what I want. That's what I want, to be able to share that hope with you guys and let you know that that's out there. And so, look, if you think that this might be for you, just type info down below. I can send you the information. And look, if you look at it and you say, this isn't what I thought it was, or this is not for me, okay. No harm, no foul. What does it hurt to look? It doesn't. But what could it do for you if you choose to do this? What if this is for you? Don't miss your chance to change your life. Don't miss that chance to change the life for your family. Don't miss this opportunity, you guys. At least check it out. That's all I ask. Just at least check it out, because you have no idea how it could change your life. And I would want that for anybody. I would want to share this opportunity with anybody, because that would mean a better world for everyone, a better world for our kids' future, and other generations. And this could be something where you could leave a legacy for your family. Look, I didn't want to be on my dying bed and regret anything. I don't want to be on my dying bed and have to worry about what my kids are going to have to deal with once I'm gone, what my husband's going to have to deal with once I'm gone. I don't want that. And I'm sure most of the people out here don't want that either. Who wants to be a burden for their family? But if you could leave a legacy for them, if you could leave them this passive income where they are just making money in the background because of what you did, wouldn't that be amazing? That would be something that you could be proud of. That would be one less thing that you have to worry about when you know that it's your time to go. You guys, it's that simple. It truly is that simple. So I hope that you don't miss out on this. I hope that you will at least look at it. At least think about what it could do for you and your family. Not for me, for you and your family. If you guys have any questions, please, put it out there for me. Like I said, I'm not tech savvy, so I hope that I'm doing this right. I hope that you guys are learning something here. I hope that I hope that I've given you some hope. Truly. I really do. I want to be able to share the opportunity with you and to let you know that you don't have to be that guilty mama anymore. You don't have to be that guilty parent because you have to miss your kid's event because you have to work, because you want to take care of them. It's a rat race. You literally are going in circles, the same thing day after day. And the only way that you can get out with doing a job that you have now is what? Climbing the ladder. Okay. So at some point, there is a ceiling for that ladder, right? At some point, there's going to be, okay, well, this is the highest that I can go. This is the most that I can make. And what did that cost you to get there? Was it more time, more hours away from your family to climb that ladder, to get further in the business? Did you have to give more time? Did you have to lose time with your family for that? And you guys, it never fails. It seems like the more money we make, the more money that we spend, right? So that caps out. With this business, sky is the limit. Because not only are you learning this gives you opportunities to have so many different streams of income. And I'm not talking about spending more hours in a day. I'm talking about this one thing that you learn, you do this, and so then this other thing stacks on top of it. So now you've got 2 income streams. Well, this goes and it aligns right with it. So now you've got 3 income streams, all passive income. So you've done your 2-hour income earning activities for the day. Whether it's you spent 30 minutes in the morning, you spent 30 minutes at lunch, you spend an hour in the evening, however you want to do it. But you get your income earning activities done, and you're done for the day. And your automated system does the work for you. So yes, literally, you can be out buying groceries and get a notification that you just made money. You don't have to be sitting at a desk, clocked in somewhere to make money. And not only that, but if you have a job, you know exactly what you're going to make for the hour. Whether it's salary or hourly paid, you know what you're going to make. Okay, so with this, you have no idea. It could be so much more than you ever expected. Like I say, the sky's the limit. You can do with this whatever you want to do. This could so surpass what your salary is now. Now, I'm not making you promises of how much you're going to make. That's not what this is about. I'm just telling you that there's this opportunity out there that you can work less amount of time and you can make more, but the biggest deal is you can be present for your family. You guys, and what can you put a price on that? I mean, isn't that priceless to be able to be there for your family when they need you? To be there for your husband who's sick. to be there for your kid that's sick. To be able to say, you know what, I don't have to worry because I've got the income I've got it making money in the background while I take care of my family. That's what this is. That's what it can do for you. So you guys, I'm just trying to give you the hope, the message of hope that this is truly something that could change your life. So, and I appreciate you being here, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm not tech savvy, so I really don't know. It says that I can invite people to join as a guest. I don't really. I mean, I'm gonna try it out because I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not tech savvy, but I'm still running my business because you know what? They taught me step by step how to do it. And I'm on here and I'm telling you about it, and I'm trying to provide that hope to other people, especially those moms that are just exhausted. I hope you guys are learning something. I hope that I'm giving you some value. I thank you for being here. Just to kind of go back and talk about what I was saying earlier. You guys, I'm trying to invite people. I hope that's what I'm doing. I hope I'm doing this right. You guys feel free to laugh at me because I'm a newbie when it comes to this TikTok thing. I haven't been on here very long. And matter of fact, I wasn't even on TikTok. I wasn't even looking at TikTok before I ever did this business. This is all pretty new to me. So I still don't know what I'm doing here, but that's okay. And there's still times when I am scared to death, but that's okay because I know what it can do for me and my family. And that is more exciting than anything. Knowing that I can be there for my kid when he's sick, pick him up from school and be there, and I don't have to worry about missing a day of work, that means everything to me. That in itself is this priceless. It truly is. So for the mom who's watching out there with that bit of skepticism, that looking at me with one eye open, I get it. I totally get it, because the reason I'm here is because I watched a video like this. But come on, Mom, you're tired. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, you are exhausted, right? From all the responsibilities of being a mom. And you love your kids more than anything. You love your family more than anything, right? But you still feel like you're failing somewhere. You still feel that guilt because you can't be in all the places at once where you want to be. You can't be exactly the mom that you want to be. You're trying to stretch the groceries, especially in today's world, right? I mean, we all have a budget, right? I mean, with this, you don't have to worry about ever taking a calculator to the grocery store again. You don't have to look at your account before you go and buy the groceries that you need for a family. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to look at your bank account before you can decide what you want to do with your kids for the weekend. And come on, I know there are moms out there that do that. I can't be the only one who's done that. I can't be the only one who has had to look to see what you've got in your account before you know that you can go through a drive-through. Or before you go in and try and reward yourself. Get your toes done. But you got to look at your bank account first. Think about what it would mean if you didn't have to do that. So you want to help your family financially, right? But you don't want to miss the bedtimes. You don't want to miss the school events. You don't want to lose your own sanity. I get that. I do. So, and there's a guilt, right, that comes with that comes with wanting more money. You may feel a guilty feeling of like, I shouldn't want that. I should, just be focused on my kids, but it is for your kids. It is for them, right? You feel selfish wanting it, but you're exhausted from choosing between being present and being responsible, right? I mean, I can't be the only one that felt that way. I mean, if we're being honest, right? So, with all that being said, you need some space to breathe. You need some time freedom, some financial freedom. Okay, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on here speaking to you guys. So, and if you're a faith-led mom, that's even harder, right? Because you're praying, you're trusting, you're believing, and you're still wondering why it feels so heavy. I've been there, and I know exactly what that feels like. You're not lacking faith. It's not that you don't have the faith. It's that you're carrying too much, right? So I was there, and I wasn't chasing luxury. I wasn't expecting to get rich. Of course, having money is great, right? But I wasn't just trying to get rich. That's not what this was about. I wanted to stop missing out on life, stop missing out on my kids' life, right? So I believe that moms weren't meant to hustle themselves into burnout. I don't think that that's what God wanted us out here to do as moms, right? So you have to believe in provision that shouldn't cost presence, right? That shouldn't, just having money shouldn't cost you being away from your family. But that's what it is for most people. They have to go to a job. Some have 2 jobs. They miss out on being there for their family because they're trying to support their family. And that's a hard spot to be in, especially as a parent who loves their kids and their family. So, if you're wondering if there's another way, yeah, there is. And you're not lazy, and you're not ungrateful. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking for sustainability. So if this is hitting home for anybody, just can you comment me too? Not because that you need the answers, just because so you know that you're not alone. Okay? So if this is hitting home for anybody, please tell me, say me too. Anybody out there. So let me talk to you a little bit about what it is that I do. Okay? So I want you to look at this not as a business, but look at it through a lens of your life. Okay? Because this isn't about adding something else to your plate. It's about taking something off of it. Okay? So what I do is I give hope to moms who want to set up an automated income earning system. Okay? And what I mean by automated, it just means you do the work once, step by step, that is given to you, and it keeps working in the background for you. So passive income. Okay? So this is something that you make, and then you don't spend hours on it anymore. You make it, and then it's in the background doing the work for you. That's what an automated system is. It's passive income. You're not having to trade your time for dollars anymore. You're not having to sit at a desk and wait till the clock turns 5 o'clock to leave and know all the things in your mind that you've got to get done when you get home. Instead, you don't have to be doing that 9 to 5 job. You can be home. So with this, it's not about selling. You don't have to cold message people. You don't have to sell to your friends and family. You don't have to beg people to buy from you. That's not what this is. This is not an MLM. It's not like that at all. I kind of think of it as like if you were to go and purchase an education. Okay, so you pay for the education one time, you learn the skills, and then you have those skills forever, and nobody can take that away from you. So that's how I look at this business. So you are paying to learn those skills that you can do amazing. I mean, there's no end to what you could do with these skills that you learn, right? So you're not having to trade more hours for money to make more. Okay, so let me just kind of paint the picture of what this could look like for you and your family. All right. So let's say you wake up and you get your kids ready. You do the school drop off, right? And later in the day, during nap time or during rest time, whatever you want to call it, you spend 2 hours on you're focused, 2 focused hours on doing your income earning activities, which means you're either on your computer or you're on your phone, and you're getting those activities done in that 2-hour time frame. And you don't have to do it all at once. You could split it up during the day, however you want to do it. But that income is going to help you with groceries. That income is going to help you with being able to do activities for your kids. That income is going to give you the money to be able to have that vacation that you wanted to with your kids. Thank you for being here. I see that you just joined. Thank you so much. But you're not glued to your phone or your computer, right? When you're done with those income earning activities, shut it down, turn it off, and then be present for your family. So you've done the activities that bring in the income, and then your automated system is set up where you earn while you're enjoying time with your family. Okay, so that income's paying for groceries, that income's paying for bills, that income is giving you the opportunity to be there for your kids and your family. So it means breathing room, right? Breathing room. That's what we need as moms, as parents. We need some breathing room. Not away from our children necessarily, just to be able to say, okay, I can do this. I got this. Do you want your kids to remember you being present or how hard you worked? Look, I didn't want to have regrets on my deathbed. And I thought about that. I don't want to be a mom where not only do they lose me, but then they also have the burden of what do they have to take care of once I'm gone? What do they have to take care of without me once I'm gone? With this business, you can literally leave a legacy for them. Instead of leaving a burden for them, you can leave them an automated system that makes them income so they can be there for their families. And on and on and on. They can just keep passing it on. So instead of having regrets on your deathbed, leave a legacy. And have that peace when you go that your family is going to be taken care of. So this matters to me also because it's faith driven, right? So I don't think that God calls us to earn in ways that destroys our families. I truly don't. I don't think that that's what his intention is at all. And so that is what I've chosen to give 50% of my profit to help others. You don't have to do that. That's not what I'm suggesting. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm just saying that's what I've chosen to do. Because it's not about getting wealthy. This is about being able to take care of my family and provide for them while still being present. And then also being able to help others and show them that you can do that. And steward the income like I should, like I feel like I should. So you don't need experience to do this. You don't have to be tech savvy to do this. I'm not tech savvy. As a matter of fact, I'm fumbling through this TikTok live because I'm not tech savvy. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I hope I'm doing it right. I hope that I'm getting through to somebody so that they can have this opportunity as well. Because I wish that all parents could have this, honestly. And, so for this, you don't have to be online all day. You don't have to be on your phone all day. You don't have to be on your computer all day. It's not what this is. And so, if you're listening and thinking, this could truly change the way that I live, because it really could. It could change you and your family's whole way of living. So that's exactly why I do this. That's why I'm doing it now. Not to promise miracles. I just want to offer a better way to move forward and take care of your family. Listen, I don't have everything figured out. I don't. But I do know this. I do know that there is a way to earn and not lose yourself or your kids or your family in doing it. So if you want to see what this looks like, not commit, not necessarily buy, just understand. If you'll comment info down below, then I'll give you something so that when it's quiet and you have time to look at it, you can look at it and see if it's for you. And look, if it's for you, that's great. And I hope that you will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. And if it's not for you, okay. No harm, no foul. But it doesn't hurt to look. I know that there's lots of things out there that are not legitimate. I do. I tried so many different ways to make money online. I tried so many different side hustles while all the time still working a full-time job, because it was never enough. I constantly felt like I was in quicksand. It was never enough money to take care of my family, to take care of what I wanted to be able to take care of. I have no idea what I just did. I don't know what I did. I'm not tech savvy, but yeah, hello. I hope you guys are still here. Yeah, so anyways, again, I'm not here to make you promises or anything like that. I'm just here to show you a different way, to show you that you can be there for your kids and your family and still make income. I learned all those other side hustles that I did. There were some that I made some money at, but it still took away time from my family, or it wasn't worth the time that I did. I mean, you made pennies on the dollar. You didn't make anything hardly. I've tried probably just about all of them. But when I found this, and sure, I thought this is too good to be true, but it is truly real. You can truly do this. And if you've heard of people making passive income, making online income, it is something. It's got to be the new way of life, right? Instead of trading time for dollars, instead of being clocked in somewhere while you earn money, you literally just do this and then it works for you. It's constantly out there making you money while you are spending time with your family or doing whatever it is you want to do. That is the new way of life. That way you can have that opportunity to be that mom where you don't have the guilt of missing the events. You don't have the guilt of saying, no, I'm sorry, I can't be there for you because I have to work to provide for you. Kids don't understand that. And, the ones that do, they have to grow up too fast because, we're out there having to do 2 jobs just to make ends meet, to be able to provide them clothes and groceries and electricity and all the things that they need. When this is out there where you could actually be there and be present for them, making an income, making a passive income, where you can be at your kids' event, watching their musical or whatever it is that they're doing at school, and get a notification that you made money, so you can be making money while you're on vacation with your family. I mean, you guys, it is truly that simple. It really is. So, if you are interested in anything that I've been talking about, follow me for more. Say info. I'll be happy to share the blueprint with you so that you can see if this is for you. And I hope that you guys have a great day. If you are going to watch the Super Bowl, enjoy it. I'm not a big football fan, but I'll probably watch halftime at least. But yeah, you guys have a blessed day. Please go out there and at least be positive. Enjoy time with your family, and I hope that God blesses you in ways that we can only imagine. Thank you for being here.